I decided to come to Japan because I really like the teaching of masters that I've been reading. So it's not a hard decision for me to come into the retreat.
The thing that I love most about this science is that it's not just a religion. It's a new way of thinking, new way of life, and actually I find it just the one that really fits me.
What also makes it are the people here, you know, the Sangha, your Dharma friends. I mean, you just meet the most amazing people here, the most wonderful people. I mean, the lecturers, Imai-san, Sean, Michael. I mean, you know, they're phenomenal people. They're incredible people.
Every day, you know, I look at the grounds. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. And I think it's because probably something was blinding me. But when I accepted the True Treasures, you know, my outlook on everything around me, you know, was different. I stare at the temples. You know, I open the window and stare at it. And you know, beautiful surroundings. And the lecturers, Imai-san and Sean, very wonderful lecturers. They have humor. They understand I guess the Western mentality, and you know, they spoke on their subjects well, and everyone participated, which is great. And we had over 100 people, and which is a lot of people for any type of conference or seminar, as a matter of fact. So to be able to hold an event like that with so many people was you know, well done.
Happy Science Choja was amazing. It's like you have everything there. Like the accommodation was great, and the food, they're taking really good care of us, and it's really good place to do like meditation and reflect on ourselves. So it's been a really good experience, and at Nasu Choja, the atmosphere was great. Like the landscape was amazing, and everyone's nice. So it's been an amazing time for me.
Like everything here is, you can just sense it. There's a lot of good spirits here.
That those temples are one of the most beautiful places. Of course, they have some things in common just with existing ones, but at the same time, just when you enter here, first of all, you realize that there is something new. There is something special. There is this is a unique mix of existing religious with something new. And as for the ceremonies that normally take place in those temples, just other people just will find that you know, they refresh. You know, they clean your mind, clean your soul.
Like all my life, thinking like what I want to do with my life, but yeah, found it today.
Took a few deep breaths to quiet my mind, and I heard, when I started the meditation, a few seconds after that I heard somebody walking up the hill approaching me, and I was trying to concentrate, but I visually looked up and it was Master Okawa. And he was wearing very casual clothes, but he told me that he was here with me, watching over me. And the only thing I said to him was that I was scared. Like I couldn't think of anything better to say. But he said that he knows, and that I shouldn't be. And the meditation ended quite quickly after that because I started to cry of joy. So it was an amazing experience, as well as many other meditations and other things here. It was a wonderful retreat. So, and I plan on coming back very soon. I asked God for a spirituality that was like me. And I found Happy Science in a magazine, and I realize that I asked God for it, and I found something. So I went there, and every experience I have, Master Kawa talks about, and he understands me, and he has helped building the foundation in my life and in my spirituality, and he's there for me more than I even realized, and until today.
I was in Parramatta one day and Sonny Cheng, a member in Sydney, rang up and said, have you got a passport? And I said, no. And he said, well, you better get one because I'm sending you to Japan. I didn't know what to expect when I got here, and I was told I knew there would be a retreat, but I didn't really know what a retreat was. I came here and I started on the retreat, and it was pretty good. And the day I heard about the Vega healing, I thought that might be good for me. It might actually heal my knees. So I went to it, and when I walked out of the temple, there was no pain. And I thought, what's going on? This couldn't be true. And I just kept walking and walking. And yesterday we had walking meditation, and we walked for miles, kilometres, and my knees weren't hurting. It must be a miracle.
Yeah.
I mean, damaged knees don't suddenly get better after going into a building. But I went into a temple, and when I come out, there's no pain in the knees. And I can actually walk up steps now without holding the railing. So my knees are maybe 99% better. So that, if you want to call that a miracle, I'll go along with you.
I've always, my wife has always told me to rely on your spiritual guides and angels of light, you know, that they're there for you, and I've heard that many times, and I'm like, yeah, that's nice, you know. I was skeptical, just to put it lightly, very skeptical. And just today, at the end of our last koan, I met my spiritual guide, and it was weird. It was really strange. It just shocked me. I wasn't expecting it. It just happened. And I was moved, very moved. It was a wonderful experience.
The way my life was I felt I was leading a toxic life, and that something drastically needed to change. The feeling to be able to forgive 100%, it feels wonderful. You feel light, you feel like as if you're floating on air. You know, you don't feel heavy, like and you don't feel like you're keeping back some of that forgiveness. You're giving it wholeheartedly. And I don't think that forgiveness is for the other person so much. I think it's more for yourself, you know, so that you heal more than that person, just by saying, I forgive you, and to mean it, that you actually forgive that person. And coming to Nasu, meeting such amazing people from, 16 other countries that are present here today, and the feeling that I've had, I felt like my spirit was so broken, and coming here, I needed to heal, to reaffirm my faith, my belief in myself, and my self-confidence. I feel whole and complete again. I don't feel like I'm carrying this heavy burden or these bad feelings, and I don't feel this emotional and mental turmoil and torment in myself. I just feel like this is now the next step to the next phase in my life, my new future, and to make my future brighter.
A number of things happen. I think I consider them miracles. I arrived at the seminar with my family, and I really probably wasn't. I was probably open in my thinking, but I had doubt. I'm a Christian by faith, so I believe there is one God, as we do believe happy science. But I guess I had doubts, and a number of things happened before I decided to accept the three treasures. One of which was I was feeling not well. I had a headache for probably 2 days, and I didn't know why. Everyone came and they were quite happy, but I was a bit down. Victor from Uganda. We happened to be lawyers, so we were talking about work in some ways, and we just got onto the subject about happy science. He started me on the road to thinking about being a member. He actually said to me, don't be logical, don't think like a lawyer and ask for proof, but believe. Do it before it's too late. So it got me thinking. That was one of the first things. The next thing was, before I spoke to Victor that night, I actually went to the Grand Stupa, the big one, the gold one, and my first time to the stupa. But something was drawing me to it, and I wanted to visit it. And I walked in and I saw Master's statue. And I said, wow. It was like really wow. I saw his face, and I was there with my wife, and I said, afterwards when I came out, I said, that is Master's face. I said, it's like Buddha. And of course I knew about Buddha as well through my wife. But I said, my mind just, wow. And that was the second thing that got me thinking. The next day when we started the seminar, I still wasn't thinking of becoming a member, but something miraculous happened at that time, and it was someone calling me. Someone called my name twice behind me, and I kept looking around thinking it was my wife, but I firmly believe it was Master calling me. Roger, a very gentle voice, twice. One hour and then one another hour later. And I happened to ask my wife, well, because I didn't have the prayer books, and I said to my wife, I want to get the prayer book. Can I borrow your prayer books? So she actually asked me at that point. She said, why don't you become a full member? I mean, accept the three treasures now. And that was, an opening for me to say yes. And something prompted me to say yes. And I did, and I took the three treasures. At the end of it, I was very emotional and I began to cry. I subsequently found out that a lot of the members there saw a vision of Master in front of me. And I believe I cried because I knew I was in the presence of God.
Look, I've been really impressed. This is my second retreat. Right? I was very fortunate. I attended a retreat last year, and that was my very first retreat. Right? This has been my second one. It's been a real eye-opener for me. I've had a number of revelations, right? And it inspired me. I got excited by the experience, what was being told about Happy Science. Then gained a couple of the books, and of course, then decided to become a member of Happy Science, and then within a short period of time, attended the conference the retreat here in Japan, and that was last year. That retreat was very insightful for me. I learned a lot. I had a number of revelations in that process. More so about myself, and I actually set myself 10 goals, 10 dreams that were perhaps aspirational, but I worked on the nation of dreams. And of those dreams, 9 out of those dreams came about. They were brilliant dreams. And to achieve that success, I would not have believed it. One needs to go and read the book on a number of occasions, do the underlining, do the reviewing, and read it again and again. And it's through that where it becomes a part of you that will gain most benefit. So it's refined my novice view of Buddhism, right? And it's refined it, right? And I think that part of that teaching of happy science is taking the Buddhist teachings and putting them in a modern day context. Where the Master's written his hundreds of books, and it really is writing a new generation of Buddhist thinking in today's thinking, which is really insightful and creative.
So I feel like someone or something been guiding me toward like the whole process.
My message to people who would like to come to Japan and who are interested in happy science, I'm going to say go for it. You are never going to regret it. It's going to be an amazing opportunity to look inside yourself, to meet other people, to discover things about yourself you never knew you had the power to do, and to reaffirm certain faiths that you might think is wavering within you.
My message to everyone is you must take the chance and join happy science, because it is such a wonderful concept, and since I've adopted it, I've been so happy, and I think I'm actually reducing my age. Everyone sees me, everyone who hasn't seen me for a while sees me and says, "What have you been doing to yourself? You look so young." I said, "Well, I found a new religion called happy science based on Buddhism, and we aim to spread happiness to everyone in the world, and that's what I'm doing. But while I'm spreading the happiness to other people, I'm receiving the happiness for myself."
And I feel like there's nothing I can't do now. And I'm very grateful. Thank you. And that's about it. If you have a chance to come to one of these seminars, please come. You're going to get a lot more out of it than you think. There's so much to gain.
For people that are thinking about coming to the retreat, I just say do not hesitate, because it's everything here that you need to learn about yourself, about the truth, and as well as your future. So don't hesitate.
Go and buy your ticket. Go and buy your air ticket. Don't even let the chance to have an inkling of negative thought get into your mind. Just go and buy your air ticket and get here.
Brian sent me a picture of the Nasu Shorja and of the Golden Stupa. And when I looked at that picture, I set it as my laptop desktop picture. And from that day onwards, every day I would look at the picture and I would visualize it. And I decided at that point in time, yes, I'm going to come here.
Yes, I'd encourage everybody to come along, right? But I think people come along when they're ready to come along.
Come. Please come.